Hey there, good morning everyone, and happy Monday. This is Beth Caldwell, and I'm here with you for your Monday morning mastermind tips for success in life and business. Because as women, we do not separate the two, and never have we been more combined on what we do than these days. Today, I want to talk to you about something that I'm seeing with my clients, which is a sense of overwhelm and trying to do too many things at one time. Can you relate? Can you relate to that? So whether you are like me, sort of picking up the new normal after a pretty hectic 6 months or so in business and getting into that consistently busy time of the business year in September, where we're really gearing up for fourth quarter, or whether you are managing working from home and schooling at home, or hybrid of all of the above, plus maybe you have a business on the side. The tips that I have for you today are going to be very helpful. So here's what I'm seeing a lot of. I am seeing a lot of women who are being very hard on themselves and having ridiculously high expectations while they try to manage everything new alongside of maybe taking on more responsibilities at work, plus possibly homeschooling, which was probably not your plan, okay? And being very frustrated and hard on themselves for not achieving as much as they think that they should. And here's my advice for you if you find yourself in any of those situations. Can you take a look at your to-do lists and your ideas and expectations, the way that you feel that you need to perform? And I'd like you to imagine that I just gifted you with unlimited time, money, and resources to hire as many helpers as you needed, full-time, personal assistant, business assistant, whatever you need, okay? Would you take that list and those expectations that you have for yourself, and would you give those same expectations to someone that you were paying well? And for most of you, the answer is absolutely not. Most of you would never take that to-do list that you have and delegate it to someone else and expect them to get that work done in 8 hours or 6 hours or 5 hours or 4 hours, plus homeschooling, plus commuting, plus saving the world, right? So isn't that interesting that we tend to do that to ourselves? We tend to have very high expectations, and we tend to be very hard on ourselves when we don't exceed those unreasonable expectations to begin with. So let's take a look at this. One way that you can begin to manage the situation is, number one, obviously, be realistic about your expectations. When you're making your lists, ask yourself, is it really reasonable to expect me to get that done in 1 day or 1 week or 1 month? And a lot of the things on our to-do list are very urgent and important, but a lot of them are not. And so this is something that I had to really practice, which was looking at my list. And although I'm very ambitious and I'm a high achiever and I move at a fast pace and I may want to get all of those things done tomorrow, I know that it's not realistically going to happen in 1 day if I want to have any other kind of a life. And so I asked myself, well, what's most important for me to get done tomorrow? And whatever that is goes first, and everything else gets put to a different day. Okay, I can't tell you how many things that I have had ideas, books, articles, videos, workshops, people to call, that I had the idea and I couldn't do it at that moment, but I put it on my calendar and then it came up and I moved it again to another day and I moved it again and I moved it again, sometimes for weeks. And eventually it happened and it worked out fine. Okay, so number one, be realistic in what you expect to accomplish in a day. Number two, if you're trying to implement something new or improve something new, something that you're already doing, maybe if you're in business, you're trying to start a video series or an email newsletter or some kind of a new marketing plan, or maybe you're trying to implement, a new software program or update your website or put in a merchant system so that you can take credit cards. Try to just do one thing at a time. A lot of times we say, oh, this needs done, this needs done, this needs done, and we want to do 5 things at one time. So if you have systems that need to be improved at home, maybe it's your accounting system at home. Maybe you really need to look over your will, your estate, your legal affairs, your finances, whatever that is. Don't do it alongside of doing everything else that you need to do. So write down the things that you need to do. Can be so simple. We make things so hard, don't we? What I want you to do is write down all of those important things that you need to do, and then put it in your calendar. You know, if you haven't done one of those big projects and you haven't done it for months or years, it doesn't matter if you don't do it tomorrow. Just get it on the calendar to get it done at some point as soon as possible. Okay. So number 1, be realistic with your expectations. Number 2, write down everything that you need to do, want to do, aspire to do, put it on your calendar. And number 3, if you're trying to incorporate new systems and new routines into your life or business, usually that means there's something that we need to stop doing, because we only have 24 hours in a day, and I really want you sleeping at least 8 of those hours, okay? So we're limited on the amount of time that we have, and we keep squeezing more things into that time and allowing other people to put things into that time. So what is it that's taking up your time that would be really helpful if you stop doing it? Sometimes the answer isn't in doing more. Sometimes the answer is in deleting some of the things that we need to do. So for some of my clients, that is, well, before COVID-19, a lot of times I would have my clients stop networking. You don't have to stop networking forever, but stop going to networking events for a few months till we get your systems in order. It takes a lot of time. TV takes a lot of time. Entertainment takes a lot of time. Commuting takes a lot of time. We've been given, for some of us who've been blessed to stay healthy over the past 6 months and to keep our jobs, we've been given the gift of time. And many of us have been able to get some new things done, okay? So number 1, be realistic, stop being hard on yourself. Number 2, one thing at a time. And number 3, what are you doing that would be very helpful for you to stop doing? I hope these tips are helpful for you. Let me know how this advice has helped and what you're going to do first. Have a great week. Keep up the great work. I do see what you're doing out there, and you are really, really important. All right, keep up the good work. I'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.